Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, all appropriate ages, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. So, firstly, to everyone that watched and commented on the last video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope it's fixed for some of you, but I didn't expect people to say that it was also happening to them in multiplayer, Warzone and Zombies. I know there's a lot of glitches in Zombies at the moment, apparently. But there was an update 1.05, and after finishing downloading the update, it just says security and stability fix. Now I hate that about fucking updates. Can't they just say what they have done? Is it really that difficult to write these days? Jesus Christ. I mean, actually, these days it probably is, because most people just listen to Audible now. Most people are forgetting how to read. Working in the public sector, it's amazing to see how many people forget the PIN numbers to their own fucking bank cards. Too reliable and contactless. Anywho, I digress. So, it took a while, but I came across two other YouTubers that were talking about update 1.05 in particular, HippyRaveGuy and Philminator. And HippyRaveGuy explains what was actually in the patch notes after digging through himself. So go check out his video on the update 1.05. And then Philminator was talking about the same thing I said, where it just says security and stability fixes. And he was also talking about the current controller issue. And he came up with the suggestion that if you go to settings and your controller's communication method, because for PlayStation, I'm not sure if it's the same on Xbox, but you know, where you have it set up wireless, if you change it to be set up so it runs through the USB cable, it should help. Now, there were a couple of comments saying it has and a couple of comments saying it hasn't. So, and he runs through it on his console to show you what he means. So go check out Philminator's channel as well. But I can't do that because I've got my PSVR processor hooked up to one USB and my external hard drive hooked up to another. So that option is out for me. But I went to check and try and play once again after this update. And yeah, it fucking disconnected my controller and disconnected me from the server again. So I had to reset my controller and restart my PlayStation again. Treyarch, what the fuck? This has to... I went through a list of some of the games I have that have had like bad launches or have had issues, but on a similar note, like Bullet Sorrow for PSVR, when that got ported over, to this day the devs have still not fixed the issue where the trophies sync up to the PlayStation Network. So you can perfect the game, but you're not going to get the trophies synced up to it. Aspire VR1 Operative had a couple of issues launch, but the devs actually got back to a bunch of us and fixed the issues within the week. So, you know, thumbs up there. Ghost Runner, the devs even replied to my video. Thank you very much, devs. And, you know, they fixed the issues. Helldivers, whenever I've had an issue with them or their game, Arrowhead have responded via Twitter to me. Thank you very much, devs. Honor and Duty, Strange Game Studios run that game. They've responded to my videos and my comments on Twitter and on their support page, so shout out to you. Predator Hunting Grounds, well, that's just a fucking shit show at the moment. Every patch these days just seems to buff the fire team. It's soon becoming Fireteam Hunting Grounds, so we'll no longer talk about that game. We'll skip this one that I'm going to talk about last. Throw Anything, when that first launched on PSVR, that had a lack of turn-in options, which they then patched in pretty quick, so the devs listened to the community. Well done. So the only game I could compare this to in terms of being the worst launch I've seen is Raw Data. Because when Survios launched Raw Data onto PSVR, it was a badly ported copy of what PCVR already had. You know, it has no multiplayer, graphics were way lower res, game crashing bugs, which they eventually got fixed, but it took such a long fucking time to fix. This, however, what day is it today? Monday the 16th. This came out on the 13th. Alright, so it's only been 3 days, but still, when you launch a game that disconnects your controllers from any game mode and disconnects you from the servers, come on, Treyarch. Half these people I'm talking about here don't have the money you have to get their games up and running in a much better way than you did on launch. I would have to say that is probably the reason I would say this is the worst launch I've seen, and the update hasn't fixed the fucking controller issue. And to the person, I can't remember who it was specifically, but someone commented on that last video I did on this, saying that they brought like the $89 version. I didn't, I just went for the standard version, but I'm going to get a fucking refund as well, mate. This ain't worth the time or the hassle. I've got more important, there's better games out there to put that money towards, let's be honest. And they'll probably run better on launch. But yeah, if you want to check out what the patch notes are, go check out HippyRaveGuy. If you want to look at how Philminator set up the controller to run through USB and see if that will help you, go check out that guy. But yeah, 1.05 didn't fix the controller issue. That's why I'm back on the main menu, because if I try and record while playing any game mode, it will just cut my controller out and I'll have to restart my console for the third fucking time. But yeah, probably the worst launch I've ever seen a game have in recent memory. And I shall see you all later.